This season of Beedie on Eyewear, the podcast, is brought to you in partnership with Orbis UK, a vision charity with a mission to create access to eye care around the world so everyone has a chance to thrive. To find out more or to see how you can get involved, visit orbis.org.uk. Enjoy the show, subscribe so you never miss an episode, and let us know what you think in the comments.
The industry sucks. I don't know if I can say that.
You can say whatever you like.
Yeah. These frames cover a third of your face. They're so important.
My generation would describe you as that guy, yeah?
I mean, shape is everything. But,
I think so too.
But my favourite part is when it's finished.
Yeah, they serve a purpose, but also you can just wear them because they're cute.
Yeah. What's the future of the optical industry? It's in the hands of these young guys, I guess.
Welcome to this episode of Beedie on Eyewear, the podcast for optical professionals and eyewear lovers. I'm your host, Beedie, optometrist, content creator, and spectacle maker. Let's get into today's episode.
As you know, the industry is up against it these days.
It sure is.
We don't have many frame makers left. The wonderful thing is we do have young frame makers that are just starting up.
Yeah.
The industry sucks. I don't know if I can say that.
You can say whatever you like.
Yeah. The industry is gone for most, but there are now young frame makers coming along that are doing a fantastic job.
Yes,
and,
we try.
And of course you're a frame maker as well, aren't
Do you know, it's so weird to say that. Like, I'm trying to start saying it out loud.
Yeah.
I almost feel like a fraud because I'm like, okay, you've made a couple frames here and there, but even still, like, I still get help. I'm still not sure. I'm still asking for,
You never stop learning.
Yeah.
So it's, but the thing is, you're interested in it, and Jack's a frame maker.
Yeah.
Jack Ransome is a frame maker, and it's wonderful to see young people that are interested in doing it. And
yeah.
So you mustn't stop making frames. But
that's
just remember, it might take. You'll be learning all your life.
Yes, I've accepted that. Now I'm kind of like, do you know what? Every time I make one, it is better than the last, or I know more than I did the last time.
That's important.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, okay, like making mistakes helps me to remember what I need to do next,
Yeah, my good fortune was that when I was a kid, I was shown by a frame maker that was taught to make frames around 1900.
George, right?
Yeah.
George Lowe.
George Lowe, yeah.
I've been doing my research, me.
Well, he was a wonderful man, and I suppose I was about 14, I guess.
Yeah.
And in the school holidays, he taught me, he decided to teach me how to make frames, to give me something to do. And
which, I mean,
it was just wonderful.
Yeah.
And he could make anything. He could make frames out of gold or silver. And
metal frames look harder. I really want to do that.
Yeah, no,
but they seem hard. I'm like, let me just master acetate first, and then maybe we can start looking at.
Yeah, when I do make metal frames, but I'm not very good at soldering, so I work with a jeweler.
Oh, okay.
Peter Musson, who's a very good jeweler.
Yeah.
And so I shape the eye wires and make the sides and make the bridge, and he just
chucks it together.
He just chucks it together.
Bangs it together. Lawrence Jenkin, we should introduce you to the people.
Okay.
I'm sure people know who you are. Like my generation would describe you as that guy. Yeah. That guy in terms of like, wow, you're really that guy. Like, you are a spectacle maker. You've been making frames longer than I've been alive. Like, you are a living legend in the eyewear game. Are you aware of this? You are living, yes, and also a legend. Are you aware of this? Like, do you feel like, wow, I'm a big deal?
I don't actually,
no?
Because what I do is fairly ordinary, but because I've grown up with it, and as I've got older, I've got better at it.
Yes.
And actually, I learned. I mean, I've got a lot of knowledge. I know that. I know how to make frames very well, but I get a lot of. I get a charge out of working with younger people.
Yeah.
So that's what keeps me going.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, working with Jack Ransome is great.
Yeah.
Because he's a clever guy.
Jack's a good guy.
He's a good designer.
Yeah.
And he knows what he wants to make. And sometimes I can help him with just little tips that are second nature to me, but, he hasn't found them out yet. He'll certainly find, as you will, you'll find out all the answers. But if I'm in a position to help people.
Find them a bit quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I mean, you were born into
yeah.
eyewear.
Yeah.
Because your dad bought Anglo-American,
Yeah.
what, 1940s, was it?
Late 40s, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was an interesting man because he was one of the early salesmen, and he used to sell insurance door to door, so
Yes.
it couldn't get any harder than
Yeah,
that.
I mean.
It's the old foot in the door trick. But
Yeah.
so dealing with opticians and optometrists for him made it a lot easier.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
The only way is up.
Yes, that's right. But he always wanted to find a product that was different from everybody else's. So he used to buy beautiful metal frames from an American company called Chura, and they were made out of aluminium, actually.
You're about to do aluminum like the Americans.
But in very bright colours.
Yeah.
And they could be shiny, or they could be matte, and
Yeah.
they were quite difficult to adjust because it wasn't soft metal.
Yeah.
But they look spectacular, and I've got a lovely collection of his frames that are no longer sold, unfortunately.
And so at what point did you get involved in the family business?
Well, I was always involved in it, really, because, I mean, my first job there was a very old building on the edge of Hampstead Heath, and in the winter I had to go and stoke the furnace to keep the place warm.
Wow.
So that was my job in the early mornings on cold days.
Yeah.
But I got involved really after I wanted to be an optician, a dispensing optician.
Yeah, which you are.
Yeah, and I wanted to do that. I completed my course in London, and then my father thought it would be a good idea if I made my mistakes at somebody else's expense.
Smart man.
Yeah, so he suggested I go and work in America. So
Yes.
I worked as an optician in New York.
In New York, yeah.
And for a while in California, and also in Atlanta, Georgia. And I've got an American license, a New York license.
Yeah.
And I learnt an awful lot in the States. It was a wonderful opportunity for me.
How is it compared to working here?
I found in London it was a very, very professional approach.
Yeah.
In New York, it was the people that came in were a lot more immediate. They wanted something. They wanted it quickly.
Quite direct,
yeah.
right?
And they quite often didn't know what they wanted, but they knew they
wanted it now.
Yeah. And so it was good to work there. And in London we used to sit down and in front of a client and show them frames.
Yeah.
But in New York, you do it standing up or
quick.
Yeah, make it quick and
It's like good things for both.
Yes, and it was I remember I made a pair of frames for Kirk Douglas, the film actor, and when he came to pick the glasses up, he said I wanted him to sit down so I could adjust them.
Yeah.
He said, "I don't have time to have these fitted. They should be fitting." So he give me the frames and he walked out.
Screaming.
2 days later, he came into the shop, and it was a very long shop. He came in the door. He said, "Where's that limey? Look what you've done to my ear. There's a blister behind my ear."
But when you wanted to fit them,
Yeah.
he didn't want to fit them.
So that's what I explained to him. And actually, he was very pleasant about it. But he luckily, once I'd adjusted them, he had no more problems. But,
Well, and that's what we want.
Yeah.
If you'd done it the first time, would have been fine.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You worked on 3rd Avenue,
Yeah.
and you had what I perceived to be an amazing boss there.
Yeah.
Because that's where you were working when you kind of said, okay, do you know what? I kind of want to design frames and make
yeah.
frames. And he said to you, how much would that cost? And he
Yeah.
gave you the money.
Yeah.
Like £10,000.
Yeah.
It was like $24,000.
The exchange rate was exactly that, $24,000. Yeah.
I don't have a boss that I think would say to me, hey, girl, you want to make frames? Here's 10K.
Yeah.
That is an amazing thing. And also, I don't think it would have happened in London.
No,
I think it's a very
no.
American thing.
It was, but they were a young couple, and in fact, the driving force in the couple was Norma. She was a wonderful optician and dispenser, and she had the vision,
Yeah.
and she knew what frames to make.
Yes.
And Bert, her husband, was just also an optometrist, but Norma was the one that was a fantastic person to work for, because I learnt such a lot from her. And in those days, the breaking style was a very thin, super lightweight frame.
Yeah.
And so we decided we were going to make very thin, lightweight frames, as opposed to what I'm wearing at the moment.
This is the complete opposite of what you want to go
backwards.
backwards.
Over 40 years ago. But we've always made thin, lightweight frames, and I still do make them. But at the moment, but anyway, with her it was wonderful. She had the vision, and she knew what she wanted, and she allowed us to get started making frames. Really,
that's amazing.
Yeah,
I think it's really important having the right people around you, people who care, people who know, people who are willing to give. Yeah. And I feel like you're one of those people for a lot of us younger.
I hope so.
Frame makers.
I hope so, because I've been very lucky, and knowledge should be shared and passed on.
Yeah.
And wherever I can, I do that. I mean, and it's not difficult to pass on knowledge.
Yeah, it's free.
Yes, but the thing is, now there is an interest in now that we no longer have a frame making industry, we have lots of young people that want to, like yourself, that are interested and want to make frames, and a few of them are making a living out of it. Jack does it.
Yeah.
There's a couple of guys in East London called Lewis and Miller.
Do you know them? Yeah, they're cool. Yeah,
they've got a lovely business.
Yeah, they are. They're really good. Yeah, they are. They're great. Yeah,
and that's growing, and they're getting bigger all the time. Luis comes from an optical family. I think his father used to make frames in Spain.
Right.
They used to make gold-filled frames in Spain or Portugal. I'm not sure, but. Yeah. But that business no longer exists. But that's Luis's background.
You kind of passing on, carrying on. Same with you and with your dad's business. You kind of keep it going.
The optical industry has always been a kind of family business.
Yeah.
Not. But there's so many families that used to be in the retail and the trade as well. But
I think it was a lot more. So like. Opticians would be called, it was almost like law firms, right? They would be named from the partners and things like that.
Exactly, yeah.
And I think it's kind of cute. Like, it's kind of nice, It's very local. Yeah. Last season I spoke with a lady who owns an independent opticians, and we were just talking about the role that they play in the community and how it's lovely. You walk in, people you've seen for many years and you've seen their kids and everything, and it really does contribute to the feeling of community.
Yeah, and they provide an important service. I mean, vision is so important.
Oh, absolutely.
And these frames, they cover a third of the face. They cover your eyes, and it's so important that you get the design right and they look right,
and that you like them and they're comfortable.
Yeah, and look at yours. Yours is a dramatic frame.
These are Ransome.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
They are. Yeah. Jack.
They're lovely. Yeah.
I love a cat eye. Yeah. I'm drawn to a cat. I don't know what it is. Do
you know, I mentioned Norma Geisinger, the woman in New York.
In New York.
In those days, the Americans made thousands of cat eyes. She said, I don't want a cat eye in my collection, because that was because
that makes sense.
common.
Actually, they were so popular as well then.
But not anymore. I mean, this was 40 or 50 years ago.
I'm ahead of my time. Or behind. I don't know. But you're in the circle.
No, you're right on song. It's just right for now. And actually, that's why we've got one in our collection.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk about your collection.
Yeah.
So you and Ransome have a collection coming out.
Yeah.
And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames.
Yes, correct.
And can you tell me about them? Because the names I really like.
Well, we didn't know really what to call them because, names are important.
Yes.
I know at Anglo-American, I used to have American place names.
Okay, yeah.
Like Reno or Nevada, and lovely names like that.
Yeah.
So we didn't really know what to call them until Jack suggested we name them after London tube stations.
Yeah.
And so that sounded good because I lived in Brockley and I love Brockley.
Which is what you're wearing at the moment, Brockley.
That's right, yeah. Mm-hmm. and so it seemed a good idea.
Yeah.
And we wanted to make a small collection with very. We didn't want to be too unusual because we don't want to be outlandish. We want them to be able to put them on somebody's face and they look great and they look the right size, right shape. So we came up with a range of colours which we think are great.
What colours are there? We've got some here, but
yeah, we've got black, we've got a dark tortoiseshell, we've got what we call a Japanese tortoiseshell, which is quite
that's the lighter one,
which is a beautiful yellow and brown combination. And crystal, which I always like, not so popular now, but it's we want it in there just.
And it will come back round.
Yes, but also with some lovely pastel colours.
Yes, which are my favourite.
With the red opal finish and a blue and a pink as well.
Yeah.
But black is always important.
Yes, that's your fave.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a bit of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's. And we must remember the third member of our group is Jeremy Baines. He's another English optician that lives in Italy.
Okay.
And he's been manufacturing all his life like myself.
Like you, yeah.
But he's done it from Italy, and he has a company called Solmar, and these our collection is made in Solmar to such high standards. It's really wonderful.
I would expect nothing less.
No,
from something you and Jack are doing.
No.
Oh, 10/10.
No, but something is very hard to get at.
Yeah.
And particularly when we make the frames ourselves, we set our own standards.
Yeah.
But you've got to find a factory that's
follows those standards.
Yes, and Solmar is a wonderful maker, and Jeremy. We wanted to make everything unusual, so even the wire that we shoot into the side is specially made for us.
Wow!
With like an engine turning surface, a bit like watch straps or something, which is so that looks very nice underneath the material. We had hinges specially made.
Your rivets as well, right?
Yes,
they're so cute. The little like flower thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
yeah.
It's like a star but with rounded edges.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Who came up with that? Well, how did that come about?
Well, it's unfortunately I can't say it's unique because they were probably first made about 60 or 70 years ago.
Okay, that's a while.
And so we had them. I had a few in my collection of optical paraphernalia, and Jack and I were looking at it, and we thought these would be nice. So let's use those just to make it a little different.
Yeah, you have a collection of, I think I read, over 2,000 frames. Is that right?
Oh.
Is that fake news?
No, it's much more than 2,000 frames. But no, I've always collected frames that I thought were important as designs.
But what determines importance? Like what is your criteria? What makes you? What do you look at and think? Yeah, I love some of that.
It could be anything. It's usually to do with style.
Yeah.
And the design of the frame. I've always liked traditional shapes. Really, I mean, our first collection in Anglo-American was really based on some of the early health service frames.
Okay,
which weren't made particularly. They were made in huge quantities, and they were made very cheaply, but they were made out of good acetate, good hinges, and they were made in simple but good-looking shapes. So that kind of influenced me in the first collection.
Yeah.
I mean, shape is everything. But
I think so too.
But also, I mean, you've got to have good components and good materials. Luckily, we've still got Mazzucchelli in Italy making beautiful acetate materials. So long may they continue.
Yeah.
Yes. Because we've stopped making.
We need it.
Yeah, we stopped making acetate in this country.
Did they used to make acetate here?
Yeah, in a company called Rocell or British Celanese, but they stopped about 1980.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
Because it costs so much to try and get it from abroad.
And of course, Japanese acetate is very beautiful, and by the time you try and bring it into Europe, it's very costly to bring it in.
Yeah.
So it's I don't use a lot of Japanese material, but I do have some material that I like.
This episode is sponsored by M2M Eyewear, a London-based eyewear brand offering made-to-measure frames for opticians. To find out more, visit m2meyewear.com. Back to the show. You've made glasses for so many people. And I remember reading that you made glasses for Dame Edna. You said you wouldn't wear them, but you love the design of them. I think they would suit you, personally. Those red ones with the the ones with the flamey thing.
Yeah, the flames
There are some that you've made that are displayed in Ray's and also shout out to Ray who facilitated this.
Yeah.
And also I asked her to be on the podcast and she said no. So maybe if we all pressure her, next season she'll come on.
No, she'd certainly love to. I think
we'll get her.
I think she would like to. But
she had an interesting journey in.
And also she has her business is such an interesting business, and she's started from nothing.
Yeah.
And built it into something that's quite substantial.
And also unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she has a fantastic range of frames.
Amazing. It's like a museum in there.
Yeah.
It feels like Ray's glasses and sunglasses in Camden.
That's right, yeah.
You walk
Camden
in and
Passage.
it really... Yes, Camden Passage.
Yeah.
It feels like you stepped into a new...
Yeah.
It's really lovely. It's really
and
great.
She's so enthusiastic, and she knows her subject, and she knows what looks good on people.
Yes.
And they're good value.
Yeah.
They're good value.
They are.
So
when it comes to making frames, that is a very long, multiple step process.
Yeah, about at least 40 steps.
Yes.
Operations.
And what is your favorite part?
My favourite part is when it's finished. Yeah. Particularly if it's a horn frame, which is can break at any time.
I feel like the tension with I don't know if I'll ever be a horn babe because I just feel like it's just so once you get to the end I'm just like well done you are a master at your craft
but then you see then you're in the hands of somebody else because they've got to put the lenses in.
Oh, of course.
And so it's very easy
at that point
to cut the lenses a fraction too large and then they can crack crack the horn. But anyway.
So besides when it's over, when it's over is your favourite part. What's the part after that that you like the best?
Well, no, it's meeting people. When somebody walks in and you meet them for the first time and you get to know each other, get to know what they would like to wear, what kind of colours they would like, what kind of shape.
Yeah.
It's always, each one is a little adventure. It's lovely.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes when people look for me or seek me out, it's kind of I feel really wonderful about it.
Yeah, I mean you should.
Yeah, because these frames cover a third of your face. They're so important for everybody, and so it's it's a privilege really.
I think for me it's like storytelling, right?
Yeah.
So far I've made frames for myself and my mum, but mainly myself. And so when it comes to myself, right, I kind of think to myself, okay, what is it that I want? What do I want to convey? Like, what is the purpose of this? And then you make the frame. And then at the end, you have this tangible thing that is like the result of all your hard work and what you've done. And I can only imagine that when you make for other people, which is something I want to do more of this year. I think I'm just a bit scared. But you, like you said, you speak to them, you get to know them, you see what they want, and then you bring that story to life for them. And then they have that thing like forever. It's treasured.
Hopefully,
they can pass it on. Yeah. It's treasured. They can pass it on. They can reglaze them. And I think that's something that's really, really special, you know?
Well, it is. And actually, if you get it right, it's something that you can wear a lifetime, really.
Yeah.
But, hopefully they will have other frames.
Yes.
Because, it's nice to have a wardrobe of these things.
I agree.
And colour is so important as well. I mean, look what you're wearing at the moment.
See me from miles away.
Yeah. But, so you can, when you choose color, do you choose it to match your outfit? Or do you
your moods,
or whim, or anything?
Do you have colorful glasses that you wear? I feel like every time I've seen you, you're in black frames.
The most colorful is crystal.
Girl, so it's either color or absence of color. There's no in between.
No, probably because my nose is too red, I suppose. But the thing is, I do like color.
Yes.
I mean, at Anglo American, we had an opal range made about 25 years, especially for us, actually by British Ceylonese. We had them made in England. So that was at least 30 years ago. And so color is very important.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. I've always worn black or tortoiseshell or crystal, but that's me probably.
Maybe you'll be in bow.
Oh, to be honest, actually, I have had. I've had blue and green frames, but they're all transparent frames. But but they're quite dark still.
But that's a good point. I think that the transparency of the frame matters, right?
Yeah,
I think if you're someone who doesn't really like color that much, but maybe wants to like dip a toe into color, a transparent frame is a great way to do that because it's not so harsh. You're still getting some light in. You know, it's not so bad. Yeah.
No. Well, that's why we've got to give people a choice.
Exactly, which you have with this collection. Yeah.
And when we make handmade frames, in my workshop, I've probably got a choice. I mean, I've got color materials going back historically. I mean, from Anglo-American, the material doesn't deteriorate, and we've got so many. And we've probably got a choice of 20 or 30 different colors.
Wow.
Either opal or transparent or just solid colors.
Yeah.
So. But colour is very important.
I think so. I think so. It can transform everything.
Yeah.
Going back to your range, Ransome+Jenkin.
Yeah.
You have 5 different frames.
Yeah.
Can we talk about them? I will show images of them so that people can see.
Yeah.
But let's start with Hampstead.
Yeah. Well.
Tell me about Hampstead.
Well, we wanted a frame that. I guess it's a rectangular frame, so both men and women can wear it.
I agree.
But we wanted a frame that would appeal to a lot of people, wouldn't be a difficult shape to wear, and in a good size that wasn't too. I mean, it's a heavyweight material.
Yes.
But we've made it in a way that is comfortable to wear.
Okay.
And we thought that would be a good style to start with because it would appeal to a lot of people.
Yes.
And with the color range that we have, even more so.
It's like everyday wear.
Yeah.
What about bow? Bow is my favorite.
Well, in a way, it's my favorite because it's bringing back a half eye, which is specifically made for reading.
Yeah.
But it's funny, you don't need a reading frame, but you like it a lot.
I will wear them.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you wear them.
They're great.
Yeah. Because I think the time is right for, I mean, as we said earlier, there are plenty of ready-made readers that are inexpensive and they've already got lenses in and they do a job. But we wanted to make something that was eye-catching and a little bit different, and it is different because it's a half eyes have gone out of fashion almost, or out of use.
You don't really see them that much,
So they do provide a very good service. I mean, they help. If you just need glasses for reading, it's perfect.
I would wear them with my contact lenses.
Yeah,
as in
that makes sense. Yeah,
and it's like they're just they're part of your style, part of your fashion, and they serve a purpose, but also you can just wear them because they're cute. Yeah, and they are.
Well, it's good to hear that because it backs up what Jack and I were thinking about, really. So actually, it's very good news to hear you think like that.
I'm glad.
Yeah, because it's maybe the time is right for half eyes.
We're bringing it back, Lawrence. We're bringing it back. Okay, we also have broccoli, which is what you're wearing at the moment.
It is my favourite shape. It's
yes.
Well, it's what I wear a lot. I've worn it for a long time, I guess. But it's in not exactly but this is a good shape for a man or a woman, actually.
Yeah.
Slightly rounded. It's probably based on a health service shape.
Okay.
But with beautiful materials that we have. And I think it looks good, fits people, and looks good on most faces.
Most faces, I would agree.
Yeah.
Angel. Let's talk about Angel. Angel is my next favorite.
Yeah. Well, an upswept frame or a cat eye, I think, is always very dramatic.
Yes.
And looks good.
I love the drama.
Yes. Yes. Like, you didn't have to tell me that. But it's no, they're lovely frames, and it's a good shape, and time is right. Hopefully, it'll be a good size that most people can wear it.
Yeah.
Most women can wear it, and hopefully it'll do well.
I think that's a good thing with cat eye frames or upswept frames. It's the size also really matters because you can go smaller and it's not so dramatic. You can go bigger and then it's more dramatic. You can kind of see how you go.
Yeah.
Last one, Brixton, right?
Yes, that's a round frame, and you have to have a round frame in the collection these days.
You've got to.
Yeah. And it was Jack's idea to have a slightly higher bridge than the regular frames that are. There are many of them around now, so we made it with a slightly higher bridge, and it's quite a dramatic look, and it looks good, and I think it'll do well.
I love all of the frames from the collection.
Thank you.
I think they're I mean, but you two together, I'm not surprised. Should we get into the future of frame making in the UK? What do you see, or maybe even hope or wish for the future of frame making in the UK?
I guess the most important thing for me is that they're young people that are interested in making frames. We've lost our industry, frame making industry. We make lenses, but most of those companies are owned by the Italians or the Japanese. We make and cut lenses to fit frames. There's always been a big part of our industry. And we've always made frames up until 20 years ago, but unfortunately, they've gone.
Yeah.
So I would like to see that come back, but in a way, it's got to start small and grow organically.
Yes.
So maybe these young guys or young people that are making frames now they're in the business of making frames, but in small quantities, and so they're going to grow as the demand for their product grows, and hopefully, they're going to grow into bigger companies.
Yeah.
And be significant in their sales in Europe, and of course, it's always good to sell in America.
Yeah.
And so that's where where most people want to sell, but places like Australia were always good markets for us. If you got the right product, you can sell it anywhere.
Anywhere.
Really.
Yeah.
And so, so the future, in the first part, is for people to become frame makers and learn how to make frames. And surprisingly enough, there's a big interest in. I mean, in London, I probably know about 10 frame makers under 30 years of age, which is fantastic. 20 years ago, I couldn't have said that.
Be the case, yeah.
And when I was at Anglo American, there were very skilled frame makers around, but they didn't really have much work, and so many of these frame makers in North London came and worked for Anglo American, and they were fantastic.
Yeah.
I learnt such a lot from all of them. I mean, David Cox was one of the ones that I remember most because he was such a good frame maker, and you never stop learning. And Dave is still making frames, and he's about my age, so let's hope we both go on for a bit longer.
Let's hope so.
And he's great. And so, what's the future of the optical industry? it's in the hands of these young guys, I guess.
I think
people like you. Yeah.
I think that you guys have been instrumental in that, because even when we look at people like, for example, Rocco Barker, who I really want to get on next season. I need to actually message Tom of Qubits.
Yeah.
You've been instrumental in helping him. Jack, as we've spoken about, and then also like Alison McGee, who's an eyewear designer, jewelry designer, and also artistic creative director for Chanel, or eyewear director for Chanel.
Did you know she worked for us for a while?
Really?
Yeah, when she was at the RCA.
Yes, actually, I did. I read this because then it was around like 1984 times she came to to work with you guys.
I was introduced her by her teacher at the college, and he said that he had this young student who was interested in making glasses, and she was special. In those days as well, she had a great idea of what she wanted to make. Yeah,
I would love to talk to her. She seems so interesting. Yeah. Also, even Charlie Ingham.
Yeah, no, she's great.
Amazing. Yeah. Like, there's so many people that are sort of bridging that gap. Yeah. And I think people that I've been able to reach out to and have really, really helped, like Louise, like all of them lots. It's just really nice to have that sort of community.
Yeah. Well, they're all young.
It's a young man's game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Alison is retired now, but she's still, she's still designing for some people. And I think she wants to. When she was at the RCA, she was into pottery. I think so. she's going to go back into pottery.
I love pottery.
Yeah.
Do you watch the Great British Pottery Throwdown or whatever it's called?
No.
It's I love a competition show. I don't even care what they're doing. I love it. And they're just like pottering. They're making pottery, and it's so fascinating to watch.
Well, it's a skill, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, much like making frames.
Throwing it on the wheel,
and then it's fantastic. That
I'd make a mess, I'm sure.
Well, until you did it more and more and more, and then you'd be great. If you were doing pottery as long as you've been making frames. Yeah. Sky's the limit, Yeah.
A little too old to change skills now, but
I don't know about all that. You're never too old.
No, that's true. But anyway, it's a great skill, and I think she has it. So, you should speak to her.
Well, hopefully next season, Alison, if you're watching. So that is our time, unfortunately. Okay, cool. I wanted to ask you before we go, what's one piece of advice you would give to somebody watching this?
Well, if you're interested in making frames, you've got to find a way to make them. So, I mean, and there are people like me and Jack that are only too happy to pass on what information we have and skills. Yeah. Because it's as you know, it's not an obvious thing. I mean, it's quite difficult.
It's
to
so
work it out.
Humbling.
Yeah.
Every time I'm like, wow, you don't know a thing.
But. Well, that's not true. You do know a thing, and
a thing or two.
But I think if you can find somebody to help, I mean, I'm always willing to help, and Jack's always willing to help, and I'm sure Louise and Miller are willing to help.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, and if you're interested, find a way to do it, because it's a great skill, and it's important. As we said before, it's a product that covers a third of your face. Yep. So it's got to look good, got to look right,
feel good, fit right, yeah.
And there's some, the beautiful materials that are made by Mazzucchelli, in Italy, and so it's and a whole range of colours and finishes and so it's You just got to find a way to do it.
Just got to do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
But where can people find you if they want to find you, if they want to message you or ask about how to do things?
I've got my email address.
Okay.
I mean, you're welcome.
I can put your website as well on there.
Yes, please, on my website. No, we're always happy to speak to people and hopefully pass on information and knowledge. They
might want glasses from you.
Yeah, well, that's even better.
Yeah.
But no, it's something that is happening now.
Yeah.
And so we're going to build up our industry again from the base.
Yes.
Which is the way it should be. It should grow organically.
Yeah.
And so let's hope in 10 years' time there'll be some companies out
back.
there, making frames, selling all over the world.
I think Eyewear Limited is doing a really good job of that. handmade in London. Like it's good. Yeah.
No, that's the way. It's got to be done.
It's got to be done.
Yeah.
Lawrence the Jenkin, thank you so much for being here.
You're very welcome.
How do you feel? You've done it. You survived.
Yeah, no.
You feel good?
No, it's a nice experience.
Well, I'm glad I could be part of that. Memories.
Yeah.
Memories forever, Lawrence.
Yeah, that's true. Well, no, thanks for making it so easy.
Oh, it's easy. It's easy when it's you.
Yeah.
Let me set you free from here so you can escape. Oh, these frames are gorgeous, Lawrence.
So we must send you a couple.
I think. Let me look at the colours so I can decide.
Can I try a couple on?
Of course.
I want to see what the round
Oh,
ones look like.
yeah, I knew you were gonna go for them. This one.
Do both of them. I
Or
want
maybe
to
try
try.
this